Hi, folks, and welcome to March 12th, 2021. And of course, welcome to Cord Cutting Weekly, where we wrap up the past week in cord cutting and streaming news. And this week, we're going to be talking about content exclusives on the Roku channel, Netflix exploring ways to crack down on password sharing, a big NHL broadcasting deal, March Madness, and a whole lot more. But first, yes, if this is your first time viewing our show, or if you otherwise haven't gotten around to it just yet, we'd certainly appreciate it if you clicked on those like and subscribe buttons down below. That helps us out a ton, and you'd also be joining a great group at the same time. So yes, lots to talk about this week, and we're starting with Netflix. In Netflix news, it looks like the streaming service is finally starting to crack down on all those password sharers out there. According to reports, some Netflix users are seeing sign-in messages asking you to verify your account. The message also reminds folks that if you don't live with an account holder, you're supposed to have an account of your own. In the past, Netflix has said it's looking at ways to prevent password sharing, but in a consumer-friendly manner, so these prompts could represent another test that the company is running. And there's no official word on whether such a verification step will become standard practice anytime soon, but it's interesting to see how Netflix might someday approach the issue. For now, though, you can find out more at the post link down below in the video description. And hey, if you've seen the new prompt yourself, let us know in the comments section. In sports news, we've known for a few months now that Disney planned to make ESPN Plus content available directly within the Hulu app, and as of this week, that feature is now officially live. And so yes, if you're subscribed to both services, firing up Hulu now should also offer up a dedicated ESPN Plus section. In other words, Hulu users now have more direct access to that sports content without having to leave the Hulu app experience. And by the summer, we're told that Hulu subscribers will also be able to purchase ESPN Plus pay-per-view events like UFC fights through the Hulu app. And if you're not already an ESPN Plus subscriber, you can also take care of that through the Hulu app if you'd like. And in case you're curious, an ESPN Plus subscription on its own costs $5.99 per month or $59.99 per year. But you can also gain access via Disney's bundle offer that includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, and those bundles start at $12.99 per month, although that price will bump up to $13.99 per month on March 26th. And with the weekend upon us, we're actually just about to kick off the men's and women's NCAA Division I basketball tournaments, a time that's also known as March Madness. And so this week we put together a guide for how to follow along with your favorite teams via pay TV, streaming, and more. You can find a link down below in the video description, and that will take you to a guide we've put together on our site, cordcuttersnews.com. Meanwhile, we also spent time this week on the video side going over your various viewing options, and you can find that link as well down below in the video description and up in the corner here too. First off, there are a number of live TV streaming services out there that carry some or all of the channels involved in broadcasting both the women's and men's tournaments. That includes options like Hulu with live TV, which starts at $64.99 per month and includes a 7-day free trial. In more sports news this week, Disney and the NHL announced a deal that will bring a whole bunch of hockey content to Hulu, ESPN Plus, and more. In all, the deal kicks off with the 2021 to 2022 season and runs through 2028. And for 4 of those years, ABC gets exclusive Stanley Cup coverage and has the option to simulcast on ESPN Plus and through other ESPN networks. On the streaming side, some 75 regular season games will be streamed exclusively through ESPN Plus and through Hulu. Oh, and the league's NHL.TV streaming service will be available as part of ESPN Plus's streaming package. In all, a pretty significant deal for hockey fans out there. Of course, you can check out more details in the post link down below in the video description, but what do you think of the deal so far? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. Moving on to Locast, this week the service that offers local broadcast TV for free officially added Cleveland to its list of supported markets. In all, that brings the service to a total of 30 markets around the country, which you can see on your screen right now. For Cleveland, Locast is offering around 70 local channels for the market, which includes some 17 counties in the Cleveland area, and you can find out more in our post, linked down below, or at the service's own site, locast.org. Moving on to Peacock news, in January we learned that Peacock would offer up exclusive access to WWE Network content. And this week we learned more details about what kind of wrestling content we can expect to see. So starting on March 18th, Peacock users will have access to WWE content, including all previous WrestleMania events and upcoming pay-per-view offerings like Fastlane on March 21st and the next WrestleMania on April 10th and April 11th. Beyond all that, here's a listing of some of the other content wrestling fans can expect, including previous pay-per-view events, documentaries, and access to a variety of series. Now, those on Peacock's free tier won't get full access to all of the WWE content. You'll be able to view select originals and reality shows, for instance, but complete show collections and access to pay-per-view events will require a paid Peacock account. And yes, you can find out more over at our post, linked down below in the video description. This week, we also learned that Fubo TV is trying out some new plans. Now, some consumers will see those options starting this week, and they'll be up for a limited time, but Fubo TV says it doesn't have plans to roll these out to all customers just yet. So if you are checking out Fubo TV this week, here are the new plans you might come across. For starters, there's the, starter plan at $64.99 per month. And from there, you might see options like the Pro, Elite, and Latino quarterly plans. You can check out more details in the post linked down below in the video description. And of course, we'll continue keeping an eye on Fubo TV to see if it ends up adding any of these new tiers and plans to its lineup in the future. As always, stay tuned. This week also saw the announcement of kids profiles for Google TV. That means parents can soon set up their Google TV-powered streaming device with personalized profiles for children in their household. You'll soon be able to choose from playful themed backdrops too, including ones focused on space, underwater, or dinosaurs. As for features, parents will have access to controls like screen time management and the ability to pick which apps each child has access to. The screen time feature includes a countdown warning to let your kids know when their allotted viewing time is drawing to a close. In a blog post published earlier this week, Google also mentioned that using the Google Play Family Library will allow you to share access to approved shows and movies on different devices. So if you're a parent out there rocking a Chromecast with Google TV or other Google TV devices, stay tuned. The update should be coming to the US starting this month with a global launch in the near future. In Roku news, the streaming platform is trying something new this month, at least new for Roku, that is. On March 19th, the Roku channel will become the exclusive home for a new scripted series called Cypher. The new series follows a cryptanalyst who is tasked with cracking the code to what could be a hit list. The 7-episode series will be free to Roku channel viewers in the US and Canada. And the exclusive streaming rights could be a sign of things to come for the Roku channel. We've already reported that the free streaming service is set to become the new home for a whole lot of Quibi content, including shows and movies that hadn't actually aired before Quibi shut down. And we've also reported on recent job openings that could point to Roku becoming a more active player in the original in-house content game. In other words, it could be very interesting to see where Roku goes from here. In the meantime, those subscribers to the Roku channel will get access to Cypher starting again on March 19th. And if you do check it out, feel free to let us know what you think of the show in the comments section down below. And that just about wraps up a fairly eventful week here in cord cutting and streaming news. And as always, thank you all for tuning in this week. And yes, please do consider clicking those like and subscribe buttons down below. On Wednesdays, Jess hosts our live Q&A sessions, and then we post our deep dives on Thursday, like this week's look at March Madness 2021. And finally, we wrap up the week every Friday, again right here on Cord Cutting Weekly. For now, though, my name is Philip Palermo. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week. I hope you all have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Take care.